Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday my dear Saturns, happy birthday to you. To commemorate the, actually, as you all know, it's the birthday of the SEGA Saturn. So today I decided to have a playthrough on one of my more recent platformer that I play on the SEGA Saturn, which is Chaos Flying Squadron 2 in the West. This is the Japanese version, so it retained much of the voice acting from the Japan release, of course. And yeah, I think that the voice over for the Japanese version is superior. So yeah, the voice don't really grate onto your ears, so I'm gonna just have a one live attempt with this and see how far I get. And right off the bat, I'm starting now. Oh gosh, make it one game continue then. It's been a while since I played this, so yeah, excuse my bad playing. As I totally forget like what is the attack mechanics and stuff like that on this. A bit fiddly with the controls. As you can see, the characters are quite large, so the camera has to accommodate that by, well, flicking back and forth quite quickly, which is not very practical in these type of games. As you know, she has to venture almost to half the screen before you can see any enemies or any of the characters. Yeah, so I gave him a bit of that. The game is quite colorful and bright, so as platformer should be, because no point playing something that's realistic when you're dealing with physics. So yeah, and the run system seems to be not correlating to any button presses, just basically direction or hold down. Not my favorite of mechanics really, because you don't really know when the run is going to start kicking in. And as you can see, when I got hit, basically I lost lost my weapon but didn't lose a life. So it's pretty much like the Sonic mechanic, like most of the platformer mechanics of the time. And that was the end of me. Sorry for the crappy playthrough, but yeah, just get the game and give it a go. It's quite a good game once you get into it. You just have to take my word for it. Welcome back to the second part of the gameplay. This game requires no introduction. It's Dodonpachi. A game originated by Cave and basically released by Atlas. The game is a vertical shooter. At the moment, I've orientated the monitor on a vertical position. Can be played horizontally, of course, and but to have the true experience, you need to have your monitor on the side. This game is highly praised by a lot of fans and critics alike. And basically it's made by a lot of the employees of Toplan, and they released a lot of shooters back in the 90s, and most of them are still played nowadays as well. This particular game is a follow-up to Donpachi, and Donpachi is most people can say that is one of the earlier bullet hell shooters, whereas bullets comes at you at great numbers, and then you're basically you'll be dodging, doing more defensive than offensive at that particular time. They also beefed up the power-up system so that you get pretty powerful pretty quickly, because the main draw of the game is the bullets and the bullet patterns and dodging the bullets at the same time. It can be played for points as well, which is very competitive nowadays, and a lot of the time people will post up their scores and they will compare that against that made in Japan. This particular version is pretty accurate to my knowledge. The only thing that most people have a gripe about is the explosion animation. Like rather than being a full animated explosion, they will just have a digitized enlargement of explosion animation. Why they did this is yeah, not much people can have a clear explanation. But compared to the PlayStation 1 version, which limits your ship selection to just whoever the first player is selected, I'd rather take this over that any day of the week. The game is can be also played with a joystick rather than a joypad. I'm playing the joypad today because it is Saturn's birthday, and to me the joypad does a fair job about playing arcade conversions or original games. What else can I say about this game? It's a great game if you give it time and let it grow on you, and once you get over how the mechanic works and be able to finish it with one credit, then you can actually play for score, and that is where things get a bit more interesting. Because there is a lot of these hidden bees that is all over the stage, and once you blast them with your concentrated beam, you can collect them. And it's also relatively important to collect the bees to get the true ending. And also the true ending can only be obtained if you finish the game on the second loop, which is crazy by nowadays standard, but back then it wasn't known for shooters being only a couple of stages long to improve the playability by making you play through the game. So there's not a patch on Ghosts and Goblins for doing that to you when they were doing this for shoot 'em ups for such a long time. The bullet speed in this particular version of Donpachi is still relatively fast, and then they do aim it directly at their ship as well, so you do have to do quite a lot of movements compared to, say, games like Mushihime-sama, which basically have the bullets coming to you at a crawling speed, but you just have to find the gaps in between. The hitbox on this game is pretty spot on as well. I cannot imagine if they make the hitbox anything bigger than your cockpit, because as you can see, it's spewing up bullets at the moment, and if they made it any larger, then you'll be in trouble. Yeah, so that ends my gameplay. Happy birthday, Sega Saturn, and I hope to commemorate it for one more year in the year coming. Thanks, bye.